So we're here at Baalbek. This is the famous quarry, which is just about less than a kilometre from the main Baalbek site. Behind me is the Stone of the South, or the Stone of the Pregnant Woman it's also called, and just beneath that, over that side, is the 1,650 ton stone that was found, rediscovered and dug out in 2014. So this is really rewriting the history of the planet here, because people like Graham Hancock and other researchers suggest these are pre-Roman, these are ancient sites. There's even legends that state this was built by Cain, who was linked with the patriarchs of the Bible going back many thousands of years, and it was peopled and built by giants connected with Cain. There's also stories about Kronos and the Titans being involved in this, and there's other stories of giants like the Nephilim being involved. There's so much going on here with the prehistory, with the local folklore and traditions that have been recorded for the last couple of hundred years. And if the Romans did build this site, did build Baalbek completely, including the platform, why didn't they reuse this? Was this completely buried in sand and dirt? Why wasn't it reused? It's just too incredible. This is roughly 1,000 tons, more or less exactly, just a fraction over 1,000 tons. This one. We're going to go and look at the other quarry, which has got an unnamed stone, which is about 1,240 tons. But it's the 1,650 ton one. That's the really interesting one, combined with the whole mythology and stories, which we'll get more into when we go to the other quarries and we go to the Baalbek Temple itself. So we're just looking at the Stone of the South, also called the Stone of the Pregnant Woman. You can also see a mound kind of up behind it, which is intriguing, without some kind of occupational mound or tell, as they call them here. But then we have these uprights, almost like monolithic blocks, placed upright in the distance there. And we have these almost like homes here, right next to the main temple. Absolutely amazing. So this is the Stone of the South. This is the one below it, just down here, which is 1,650 tons. It's still partly buried, but they made a good estimate of it. And you can just see it down here. This is absolutely huge. So this is the largest cut stone block in the entire planet. And here's the previous one that was 1,000 tons. And down here is more excavations. They managed to get right down underneath it to get a sense of the scale of it. But look at this. This is incredible. So how on earth would they have moved that? So just about to walk on top of the biggest cut stone in the world. Obviously it's got things cut out of it. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. This is insane. So we're literally on top of the largest cut stone block on the planet. Absolutely incredible. And you can see there's megaliths and walls all the way down here with other excavations that have been going on. So we're here at the quarry at Baalbek, and this is the Stone of the South, or the Pregnant Woman, on the right. And on the left is the largest cut stone on the planet, 1,650 tons, the newly discovered stone, discovered in late 2014. We've just been chatting with the archaeologist about that. And it goes very deep into the ground. You can see the levels they've kind of cut down so you can get access, and they can estimate the size. But this is absolutely incredible, and serious question marks about this, about why this was not reused by later cultures like the Romans, although even the archaeologist claims it's definitely Roman. I'm really not so sure. It seems like this is an ancient quarry going back many thousands of years. And then we have the mysterious uprights over there, and we have all these cut stones here. This is obviously used for the Baalbek Temple, all the smaller stones that were cut from here. But these two here are just absolute megalithomania. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. This is a real privilege. And even as in the rest of the quarry, we can find all this, which has just been basically cut out. We've got all these like rooms, niches within the quarry itself. We've got these thin channels that you can walk down, which we're just doing now, just at the base of the main stone. And then we've got little niches in the walls down there. And this is completely quarried. I mean, this whole place has been used so thoroughly. It's really quite stunning. And this is where they built the levels down there, so you can get access to the largest cut stone on the planet. So we're just walking over to the main stone here, and you can just see right down there, you can see how deep this is. That's something like 6 or so meters deep. You can't even see the bottom of it, it's so big. So it's thicker, much thicker and wider than the stone of the south, but a bit shorter. So, and you can see where it's been cut out of the bedrock there, and it's pretty amazing. These uprights, supposedly called, translates as the witnesses, and it's to do with payment of how deep you cut your stone, then you pay accordingly. But to me, these seem like megalithic kind of markers, marking the position of this ancient quarry as a sacred place. So I'm just standing between two very large uprights that are called the witnesses, and you can just see them here above me. And these are two huge uprights, almost like parts of a trilithon without the lintel on top. And I suggest that these were probably part of the temple itself, marking the birthplace of the famous quarry, the sacred quarry, where the temple was birthed from. And I believe this is part of the tradition here, not only here, but other sites around the world. We also have to question the angle of these stones. Why are they placed, why are they quarried at an angle like this? Is it so they can then move the stone effortlessly? Or was it was it actually something they're encoding here? Was it some kind of angle to do with marking their place on the planet? Was it something else? I just can't believe these are Roman sort of houses for the builders. These look like the ancient kind of initiation chambers here at the Baalbek Quarry. We've even got our own little friend, Pussycat, our Sphinx, protecting the site. And it does seem like the quality of the stonework and the style of moving the stones and cutting them is very similar to ancient Egypt, the way they work with the limestone and the sandstone. So we need to spend more time here. We're just here with the group at the moment, but we're going to come back and spend some serious time here. But even just the blocks down here, they're extremely large. That alone is probably like 12-15 tons. So, you know, that's just a small fragment. And then it gets ridiculously big here with two of the largest stones on the planet.